What's going on? Welcome to my next video on how to draw perspective poses. And for this pose, I chose to do another foreshortened pose. And with this one, I have a guy and he has his hand pointing towards the screen. And I like to kind of choose these type of poses because it's more challenging to draw these. As you can see, I'm starting out with the head and I'm structuring out the lines, trying to find out the placement of all the different shapes to where I'm going to place everything. And typically for these type of poses, I can start out drawing the hand and then lean back towards doing the rest of the body. But usually I like to start with the head and then go out towards the hand. And you may see me do some videos where I start with the hand first and then go back towards creating the body because after all, you're erasing it to add details later on, so you're not really being too invested in the structure of how this looks because you're going to add details later and create whatever it is you're trying to make. So right now I'm dropping in the chest, trying to figure out which way the chest is going to go. I'm creating lines. And a lot of times sometimes when the picture is tilted, I may add a center line to show or force my eye to see that way. Because sometimes I may make a pose and then the the pose might not be angled correctly because I don't have that line. The line is kind of like a guide of where to place all the other shapes. And typically when I'm looking at these poses, I will look at the reference for a good couple of minutes or so to kind of figure out where I'm gonna place everything. And I may draw a different thumbnails to see how it looks, blindly, which kind of like not looking at it and drawing it, and then later on going back and fixing it as I go along. And the more you practice that way, the more it will imprint into your brain what that pose is when you're drawing another character or you're doing something else somewhere and you don't have that reference, but your brain is trained to memorize that pose. Because all artists have a posing library that they have what they draw from. There's no poses that can be done out of your head. You have to draw from somewhere. Even animators will bring in certain things. I think it was some old video I've seen of the Lion King where they had to bring in the actual lion onto the set for them to know the movements of the lion. So don't be ashamed to draw from reference because that's every artist, all artists does that. There's no artist that can say, "Oh, I don't use reference." Well, he doesn't use reference now because he may have used it years prior to being where they are now. But you always use reference because you need to learn and know how to pose the body in certain positions, or move the arm in a certain way. You have to be able to see that. There's no way to kind of just make it up. Right now I'm adding in the hand. And usually with the hand, I do it the way I normally go, where I'm just adding in the different shapes for the fingers, where it's 3 cylinders for the fingers. I kind of work my way into overlapping them. I think I've created a video on how to draw hands for those who have asked about drawing hands. I think that was my last video that I drew or created to show my process of making hands. And then finding all the shapes for the thumb. And basically what I'm doing now, I'm just looking at it, breaking everything down. And it's kind of an easy way to figure out where to position things. When you're adding in those details, you know where to put the fingers or the fingernails because of how you created those shapes. Sometimes you'll see artists create hands with boxes because that's the only way they can see how to create a hand in perspective, because they create boxes, angled a certain way to where they can see it. And for me, I've always had a long process of how I draw and memorize certain things. Even in my old sketchbooks, I think I've shared on my Instagram where I'm drawing multiple chests, multiple feet, heads, different angles, and things like that. It's kind of a way to practice. You won't see a lot of artists show their sketchbooks for the things that they don't want you to see that's unfinished usually, because they always want you to see like the perfected finished versions. But when you see a real artist sketchbook, even a professional artist, they're drawing multiple different things. Like it would look like just a big jumble of stuff. And I might start sharing that on Instagram or and also YouTube, a bunch of sketches that I draw on my normal basis when I'm just throwing in or warming up for like the first minute or so before I'm drawing the actual sketch. I mean, I even warm up before I create something like this for this video. I'm doing like small hand poses and things like that for or in my sketchbook, or drawing lines to kind of loosen your hand to get your body ready. It's almost like you're going into the gym and you're warming up. Same way with this. You have to warm up your hands in order to be more relaxed to draw and get your whatever your vision is just right. So now all I'm doing now is just overlapping shapes. All the shapes that I've shown you how to do in the previous videos, I'm just taking them, overlapping them to create that pose. I'm just darkening all the lines so you can see it better. Because either way, I'm going to go over with the kneaded eraser and add in whatever character you want, whether it's this guy or Magneto. But that's it for this video. Want to see more like this? Like button, subscribe, and comment. Take care.